detailed press briefing on part of Union Minister Piyush Goyal that we are looking at as far as how he has been hailing and has been calling this as a landmark, India-US interim trade deal that we are looking at length, that the minister has given out the details of the trade deal, where he says that there is a wave of happiness across the country and it would be written and etched in golden words. He says that the objective was to achieve a bilateral trade of $500 billion between India and the US annually. And he says that there is great enthusiasm in every sector of the country regarding the future. And it seems that in the coming days, new opportunities will now open up, and the United States of America, which is the world's largest economy, an economy of approximately $30 trillion, will now open up to our exporters with the most favored nation status. So he has been, again, giving the assurance that agreement has safeguarded India's agriculture and farmers as well. He says that the interest of the farmers in the dairy sector have been protected, and he says that the joint statement between US and India, which was finalized, presented to the world, has welcomed in every corner of the country. And he says that it will benefit us greatly now that the orders have come in, and the reciprocal tariff of 50% that was levied on Indian exports to the US will now be reduced from 50% to just 18%. And Rishabh, the Union Minister, says it will greatly benefit us and our exporters in the coming days.
Things unfold from here on. The government is very positive that the US-India trade deal will benefit Indian exporters, Indian farmers, Indian MSMEs and startups as well. The government of India has projected the 18% tariff as the lowest in the region, which it is definitely. Be it Pakistan, be it Vietnam, be it Bangladesh, who are our competitors for textile and other such goods in the United States, they have a higher tariff than us. And hence, this 18% tariff is not going to hurt us that much as it was hurting about 50% tariff for last almost 8-9 months. Having said that, Piyush Goyal looks very optimistic about going forward. It will be interesting to see how things unfold from here. We are dealing with Donald Trump. That also needs to be kept into consideration. But the way things are unfolding, the way timelines are being matched, it was very categorically said that within 3 to 4 days, the joint statement will come in. We were told that this will come in over weekend. We were expecting that once Prime Minister is back from Malaysia, the joint statement will be released, but it came in early Saturday morning itself. So things are on track. Things are going the way the government of India wants it to go. Now it will be interesting to see what the first tranche will exactly look like and how the actual BTA between India and US will look like.
All right. But in detail, Rishabh, the Union Minister has actually given out, the tariff that is lower than all of the neighboring countries that we are looking at. Several Indian goods will now also attract zero reciprocal tariffs. He has again given that reassurance that there is no concession on dairy, on rice, on millets as well, as far as this interim trade deal is concerned, and the interest of the farmers and the dairy sector has been protected.
Well, Amita, we have been talking this since morning that how India has, kept the red line intact. Yes, we have opened agriculture and dairy, but we have opened agriculture and dairy only in those sectors which do not hit our own domestic interests. In agriculture, we have agreed on the tree nuts, or for that matter, fruits, which is like apple and other such fruits, which we do not have that much of production in India. Indian apples are there, but most of them are exported. And if the cheap apples are not imported from countries like America, the prices of these fruits will skyrocket. When it comes to tree nuts or blueberries, we do not grow them naturally in India, and hence we are dependent on the import, and hence, zeroing the tariff on them would actually benefit us, because given the price will come down, the end users will be in benefit. Having said that, dairy had sensitivities in both business-wise as well as religious factor to it. And hence, if you see, the dairy has only been opened in the processed dairy market, not the raw dairy. So you're not going to import milk from the US, but we are going to import
so at length, all of the contours of the framework, especially when it comes to the imports on the Russian oil, that was also the minister said that the MEA would be also issuing a statement on that. But these are the details, and at length that the Union Minister Piyush Goyal has now given out the details of the framework of this interim deal that has now been announced between India and US. Thank you very much, Rishabh, for joining in. But in the meantime, as we